Welcome to the Seventh Dispensation Podcast. Today we're going to get back into the divine revelation, the Alpha Quine, and we're going to be reading from the chapter Freedom from a Cage of Ignorance. Now, the book says, the people who colonized us conquered us, and the conqueror has to control the minds of the defeated in order to maintain their state of supremacy. So now just think, right? They went into Africa. They murdered the African people and they took over Egypt. They took over South Africa. And then the Muslims, they murdered all of the African people and they took over northern part of Africa. That's why Africa is on the north is controlled by the Muslims and on the south is controlled by the Europeans. And the reason why they had to do this, right? Because they had to control the minds of the defeated. And it was the same with the slaves. When they brought the slaves over here, they had to destroy their knowledge. They had to destroy their information. They had to destroy their minds. And they had to give them a completely new way of life, a completely new mind state, a completely new religion, and a completely new outlook on life. That's what slavery did. They were making the people. And when they went throughout the earth colonizing the Indians, colonizing the Asians, they were creating a whole new race of people, and they had to control the minds of those people. See, if you look back here, you see the pyramid built by the Egyptians, Africans. Egypt is in Africa. That was a holy site for the African people. And when you go to Mexico, what you see, pyramids in Mexico. Because the Aztecs and the Olmecs were holy people. They were in alignment with the African people, and they built the holy sites known as pyramids. When you come to America, the Indians had pyramids. When you go to South America, there were pyramids. When you go to the Caribbean islands, there were pyramids. All of the people who believed that they were the gods and goddesses of the earth had pyramids on their land before they were conquered and defeated by the devils, Europeans, colonized. So let's get back into this book. This is a message to the chosen ones, message for the universe. Now the book says this. So they gave us Christianity. Why? Because religion is one of the most powerful tools in controlling political and social systems. See, that's why they came up with the religion. That's why King James had the 54 scholars write that Bible. Because they knew that they needed something to make the people unite around, make the people submit to, in order for them to control the political and social systems. And this is why the Masons went to war with the Roman Catholic Church. This what led to the 30-year war in Britain, in England. This is what caused the Masons to be jailed and then kicked out of the country and sent here to the West, where they came and conquered America and built up a system, and Britain financed them until they built the 13 colonies. Then they went to war and broke ties with Britain, but these were felons. These were the Masons, and they were kicked out of Great Britain, but Great Britain helped them establish America before they let them go off on their own. And it was the same with the Spain and Portugal. When Spain and Portugal came over here and started conquering the West, they were building up systems. They were destroying systems. And they were using Christianity to control the political and social systems that they were rebuilding. Let's get back into this book. This is a message to the universe for all of the chosen ones. Now it says this. The belief system. I'm going to say beliefs. Yeah, the belief systems. Beliefs become law. And this is what forms the disposition. God has been disassociated from the people. So we are without power. We are without authority. And we are without high self-esteem. See, you got to realize how high your esteem has to be to know for a fact that you are a god or a goddess. To know that. So they destroyed our concept and belief in God, and then they gave us a spook mystery God in outer space that we don't know where he at, we don't know what he look like, and he does absolutely nothing to protect us against the onslaught of our enemies. Now let's get back into this book. It says, we have been deprived of the divinity within self as a means of being redeemed. Then there is the image of a white Jesus, which calls us to see our enemies in the reflection of our Savior. All actions support or defend our system of beliefs. See, when they destroyed our knowledge, when they destroyed our history, when they destroyed our lineage, and they gave us Christianity, and they gave us this picture of this white Jesus, right? They told us God was in outer space. What it did was it caused us to form a system of beliefs. That's what they gave us, a system of beliefs that they created. And because of that system of beliefs, our actions were to support our enemies who gave us the system of belief, who raised us up under this system of belief. Our actions were to support it. Still to this day, we support it. Support or defend this system of belief that they gave us. Now let's get back into this book. It says, thought is controlled by the system of media, education, and communication. Listen, thought is controlled by the systems of media, education, and communication. So when you say media, right, they give us all the TV shows and all of the news and all of the magazines and newspapers, and they promoting Christianity and a Christian point of view. In education, they teaching us a Christian point of view. Communication, when we go to church and the preacher up there talking, when you go to school and the teacher up there talking, that's communication. And it gives us a Christian white supremacist point of view. Now we're going to get back into this book a little later. And we reached our 10 minutes. I only could do 10-minute segments. And we're going to finish this book up later because it's more that needs to be taught. Peace.